Hello, hello. I am in Dollar in Scotland, and it's really beautiful here. Um, there's also a heavy rain warning, yellow warning, which means lots of rain's coming. So maybe not the perfect time for my trip here, but it's still, it just is. So I'm walking down the side of a very busy road, and I'm heading down here towards uh, a house that I lived in um, when I was very young. So I was here when I was Um, I think, don't know for sure, but between the age of 2 and 5, because I remember after this we moved down to North Berwick, and I was um, I was 5 for sure when we moved to North Berwick. So we were down in England when I was 1. So yeah, it's really cool. This and it's true the midges are out. We midgie beasties, biting flies. So what's down here is a little cottage, and it's called South Lodge Cottage. And it's this little cottage. It's about, I would say, maybe a quarter of a mile walk from the high street of the village in Dollar. And so I guess when you do the maths, 45 years ago, 45 years ago, I lived here. It almost feels like a past life. It's so distant to me. I do have memories of when I was 1 years old, so I remember like quite far back. Um, and I remember the house that we lived in, and the wallpaper and the front door and all that kind of stuff. But in this house, oh, I've already been bitten on my nose. Um, in this house, we renovated it, and so we lived in um, a caravan in the garden for about 10 months, I believe. So I do remember living in the caravan. I remember washing a little sink on the floor, um, and about midges. Um, and then down here, uh, and I remember having these visions of these memories of being very cold in the winter time. And when we were cold, come on, Pet. Whenever we were cold in the caravan, when we were cold in the caravan, we would say, "Don't worry, when we move into the house and the house is all done, we will be as snug as a bug in a rug." Now, little did I know that actually, or sadly, although the house is just beautiful, it's a really beautiful cottage. When I was on, I have really happy memories, and I'm just getting flashbacks now with the kitchen in there with the wooden table and chairs. And I remember a lot of the music that my parents listened to at the time was a lot of Beatles, um, a little bit of Rolling Stones, and Jimi Hendrix. And what I remember was being down here and what was the past menu? Um, I didn't know. I don't remember this. Um, yeah, it was a really cool house. What's funny is I don't remember it being so close to the road, and yet there it is. It's like right next to the road. I don't remember hearing the cars. That maybe 45 years ago there was less traffic. Um, I do remember there was a chimney which is no longer there, and there was a chimney fire when my mum was clearing out my bedroom, and she put all the rubbish. God, it's just stunning here. Look at those hills behind me. Yeah, she put all the rubbish, a lot of paper from my room in the fireplace, and that creates a lot of soot in the sides of the, the, the chimney, and the chimney went on fire. And I remember someone coming and knocking at the door. I remember I answered the door and said, "Oh, you've got a chimney fire," because there's lots of sparks. And we looked out, and yeah, right enough, there's a lot happening. Come on, fetch. And so yeah, we called the fire brigade. I just remember this like kind of little kind of car Land Rover thing driving down the road. Now, um, it might have been from behind me, which would make sense. And I just remember it driving down the road, uh, ringing a bell or something. It seemed like it wasn't much further on than like horse drawn, which is quite funny. So, uh, yeah, that was a very interesting memory. Um, and also, I remember the pipes freezing one winter, and um, we had to go down to the neighbours, which is like it's like a shared access, and had to go all the way down to the neighbours to get water using a bucket, which was really funny. So yeah, in fact, so we're just coming up on it now. Let me show you. That's it there. It's a beautiful wee cottage. I think the extension existed when we lived there. So that back part. And so what's funny is I don't think it's the same cottage. I think it's the wrong one. That says North Lodge, and we're in South Lodge. Hmm, maybe I got the wrong place. Or maybe this is the second one. Let me keep going. That is funny. Because what's confusing is it was, when I lived there, it was white. But as we drove up here, I think there was another cottage. So yeah, oh, this might be here. Oh, that's so funny. Um, we had North and South Lodge. This could be it. Let me show you. I also didn't realize there's a river right in here, and there's loads of these beautiful cows. I mean, obviously cows come and go in fields, just like us humans. Um, this looks like it. Oh, it's so cool. Oh, it's got a hot tub. Look at that. It looks bigger from when I lived there. It'd be funny if this isn't the place, but I think it is. It's got to be pavements. Come on, Patch. Patch just loves it here. Come on, this way. Come on. Sounds fine. So Patch, there it is, South Lodge. South Lodge Cottage. You can just about see. And I must take a photo when I go back. Um, yes. And so down this road. Wow, they've really extended it. It's so cool. Um, down this road is where our neighbours lived, and they were the Gooch family. Um, and I think the two brothers were um, older than us. So what's really funny, I'm just getting this memory, which was yesterday my wife was humming the War of the Worlds theme tune. Um, you know, and what was funny about that was, flip you around. What's funny is I think it's in an EE advert or something. And what was funny was I remember being at this house, like playing with, I think we're outside in the garden, and I was playing with the our friends that live there. So I must have been really young, like 2, 3, 4 years old. And I remember we were arguing about the lyrics to the War of the Worlds theme tune. And the lyrics are the the chances of anything coming from Mars. The chances of anything coming from Mars are a million to one. He said, or they said, and that was just so funny because it was that last bit. Uh, he said that that we were arguing about whether it existed or not, and I it feels a little bit like one of these Mandela effects where you kind of there's two realities, one where they were right and one where they were wrong. And right now, when I listened to the song yesterday, it does say they said. So, or maybe it was an argument over Bay, and he said, I know it's 4 or 5 years ago, so it's quite some time. Um, I also have a memory, probably the most recent memory I had of staying here. Maybe I came back and visited, but we uh, camped out in the garden. That was a lot of fun in a tent. So yeah, it's cool. Anyway, it's lovely to come down here. I remember this hill, and I remember there was a house up on the hill, and we used to talk about the fact that it was haunted, that it was haunted by the white lady or the grey lady. Maybe now I'm like the grey man, it's not my grey hair. It's funny. Well, it's really beautiful. I'm going to stop here just to pan around, and I'm going to go back and just take a couple of photos. I know my family would like to see. Um, but yeah, it's beautiful, and it's not that far. It's about an hour's drive uh, northwest of Edinburgh, of the main city. So it's really beautiful. Yeah, so it must have been this road that we walked to go to our neighbour's house when our pipes were frozen and carried buckets backwards and forwards. It was cool. Such a beautiful place. So yeah, after this, next thing to do is I'm going to go up to the high street and take a little bit of a look around, and then figure out where we're going to sleep tonight. Um, there'll be there's a nice wee spot here actually. But yeah, it'll be a lot of fun exploring the area, and I have quite a lot of time tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to that as well. Anywho, I will see you soon. Thank you.